Okay, and we're live. Wow, we're back. We're back. Press Start Podcast, episode 27. I'm sorry, we were away for like 2 weeks because I was on vacation. Erica was on vacation. Alex was on vacation. Jack and J Man were on wait, what? Nah, they were staying home.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're gonna tell them how you was on vacation, all right? We're gonna talk about
Jack and J Man stayed home because they ain't got nothing better to do. I'm just talking shit. But shout out to everyone coming through to watch us today. Press Start Podcast is now on SoundCloud. I keep on forgetting to announce this. A lot of you guys have been requesting to put the podcast on SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud. Soon it's gonna be on iTunes, Google Play, and all of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the cast. We got Erica.
What's going on, you guys? Happy to be back. We got a full cast today. It's gonna be a good one.
We got Alex.
Thanks for being here. The most hated.
Feed the me. Most hated. Low key, Alex is the most hated. Low key.
Feed me all of the hate.
And we got J Main.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? J Main back, checking in with the podcast. Glad to be back, man. It's kind of been a long 2 weeks when your podcast co-mates go on vacation with your money and leave you home.
SoundCloud is closing in 50 days.
But anyway, I'm glad to have Red Hip Hop. I think Sue was supposed to be joining us. Glad to have them as guests. And we back, so let's get into it.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me SoundCloud is closing in 50 days. I got to research that. That's some bull,
I heard that
bro.
rumor too.
Say word, bro. I'm actually kind of salty. Yeah, I paid,
Where you get
rent, bro.
No,
I didn't. You know how karma work when you spend those vacation money?
So we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. If SoundCloud goes down, we're going to figure it out. Let's continue. We got Jack. Say what up, Jack.
Hello.
No famous pony commissioner, or you grown past that now, bro?
Word, come on now. I haven't heard you in a minute. You gotta say it.
I really ain't got much of an intro today, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro.
Yeah, we'll
That's a damn pizza.
That's what it is.
Yeah, low key, the itis is kicking in. I lie.
Oh my god.
Low key.
Okay, all right, yo. All right, I'm good. I'm not gonna say that word anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have a full podcast without me saying it since I killed it the last time. All right, so I'm gonna introduce the guests. We got Red. I've been trying to get Red on for a minute now. She finally had the time, so I really appreciate that she could join us today. Say what up, Red.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to finally join y'all. I know it's been like a minute. You've been trying to get me on here. I couldn't make it the other times, but I'm happy to finally join y'all and chop it up with some gaming this time. So thanks.
And we got Hip Hop.
Yo, what's up? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So I don't know why my joint keep acting up because it's like I'm frozen again. But yo, I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for hitting me up. I'm glad I was able to do it. I always love to do these joints with you, dog. So yeah, this is fire, son. Let's get it.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. And we're supposed to have the best bot in here, but he said he might be a little bit late. So the best bot might be joining Kid Smooth a little bit later on. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So we've been away for 2 weeks, so I want to go ahead and cover up some of the news that we missed in that time frame. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this Anthem scandal that's been going on around. Because while I was on vacation, getting my black bond on, what's it called?
Hashtag Black Bond Challenge.
Black Bond Challenge. I seen a lot of people wilding out about this Anthem trailer, because if you guys didn't know, basically PlayStation used the same trailer that Xbox did for the Xbox One X, but they basically just covered up the button prompts with PlayStation controls. Guys, what do you guys think? Erica, what do you think?
Honestly, this happened when I was, in Hawaii. So I was doing my thing over there. I didn't really watch the video, so I don't have much to say on it. I just know that I guess it was legit, that they did cover the buttons and all of that. And I don't know, did it ever, was it ever confirmed if EA allowed that, or Like, what was going on with that?
Nothing really. I don't think anything ever came out about
nothing was confirmed on either side on whose fault it was. I said this on the Skill Tree podcast as well. Check us out. There's some feedback from something. But I was saying, like, I don't know if it came from EA. Like, it's for years and years. This is actually nothing new when companies use other companies' gameplay. And the reason why is because if EA sends out and have assets to give to PlayStation and Xbox for platform, you know, they supposed to, because that's their game, they're supposed to send it out. Now, it's dumb that Sony was still, let's say if EA did give it to them like that, that whoever worked at Sony either photoshopped it or whomever worked at EA did it. Either way, they both played themselves really hard, because at least do it correctly. Like, you could blatantly see like it overlaps the other one. So I think that was horrible on both EA and Sony's part, but this is nothing actually new in the industry. Like, other companies have been using other stuff for the longest, and if EA knows that they have a special partnership with Xbox and didn't have time to have something in play for Sony to use, then that's wrong if that's the scenario as well. But either way, they played themselves.
And then Sony deleted it, right? So that kind of made it look worse, I guess.
Yeah, because after all the backlash, if you know, that's why they probably just, you know, did something about it, because a lot of people were talking about it, right? Yeah.
Well, real talk, yo, like me personally, like with what Red just said, like I would have just waited till my version was sent to me to put it out, because you have to know the type of, like, not just the type of industry, but you gotta know what you're dealing with. Like, every little thing matters, because everything is like so scrutinized nowadays. Everything bothering everybody. The same way you could say, oh, well, they covered up the number. I mean, the buttons on this. Well, shit. Like, we at the Xbox One conference and be like, wow, Metro looks amazing. This is crazy. That's not even. That's the PC version. Like, you know what I'm saying? But their entire conference was labeled as Xbox this, Xbox that. They ain't say, well, this is running on the PC. This is like, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and this is just normal stuff. Like, you know, when you like got privileged to behind the scenes stuff and conversations and people that you talk to and deal with, this is just normal stuff. So it's funny to me, because they should know better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm Sony, I'm like, yo, look, send an email out. Yo, you sent me the wrong one. Send me the other. I mean, we do that now. Like, there's times with us in the press, we get sent something that may be wrong. I just hit my dude.
Oh, we lost hip hop.
I'll pick up the ball. Basically, it was just, I think they just dropped the ball, literally, on both ends, either EA or Sony. And, you know, they were like, oh, we can just do this real quick and no one will see. But never lie to the internet, because the internet always remembers. And I think that's the part people forget.
So I wanna quickly introduce Kid Smooth. Kid Smooth, say what up, bro.
What's up? What's up? Best spot in the building. How you guys doing?
It's been a while since I had you up in here, bro.
I know. I thought you got too Hollywood for me.
Yo, who do I look like? BG, bro? Come on, stop that, bro. Yo, so what's your thoughts on this, Kid Smooth? This whole Anthem thing. That's what we're talking about right now.
Okay. Sly Sony. No, the Anthem thing. Honestly, when I'll tell you how it came across, right? I didn't know anything about this until Hard8 made a video saying, oh, is that real Xbox gameplay? And I was offended. I was offended that I was like, yo, you really, just because PlayStation uploaded the same gameplay, you automatically assumed that it wasn't running on Xbox One X. And I said in the comment section, I said, yo, you didn't think about that Sony could have just uploaded the same gameplay that Xbox had, because this gameplay is only available at the Xbox conference. They could have showed the little teaser that EA had at their conference. This is only available on the Xbox. I was like, this is the same footage. That's why everything looks exactly the same, time for time, no difference, nothing. I was like, it's the same thing. And then Hard8 immediately makes a video, laughing at Xbox fans saying that for us saying that Sony, I didn't even say they stole it. I just said they just uploaded the same footage. And for us accusing Sony of stealing the footage, so he made that stream. I'm pretty sure you guys all have seen it. And it comes to find out it was the same doctor in the most horriblest way. Do I think it's a big deal? Nah,
No, yeah. I agree. When I was looking at this news story when it broke, overall, I don't know why people are going crazy because, like Red said, like Hip Hop said, it seems like it's a common practice. Just, I guess the cover up job just wasn't as good. You know what I'm saying? Because the game is also coming to PlayStation as well. I guess maybe this rubbed, Xbox fans a bad way a little bit because maybe they have a feeling that the PlayStation version won't look as good as the Xbox One X version. Is it that's why I got people trigger Kid Smooth, you think?
Yeah, it's multiple reasons. Multiple reasons because like the thing is that not only is it the same game played at the same fidelity, it's now saying it makes the Xbox One X not as promising if the PlayStation version is showing the same fidelity. You know what I mean? And there's supposed to be, if this game was built from the ground up on the Xbox One X, it's like, well, there's no way they should be looking exactly the same. Like, if you're expecting that it's going to run and perform best on the Xbox One X, people are assuming, well, it either makes the Xbox One X look less than what it's supposed to be, or it's making the Pro look like it can do this when in actuality maybe it can't, and it brings back the whole parity thing and whatnot. So I think that's what kind of like really triggered people. And like I said, the first thing that happened that caught my attention was the first thing Hardy asked was, is this Xbox gameplay or is it running on a PC? And I'm like, because PlayStation uploaded the same gameplay. But I think that's what gets people, is just that fact that like the same footage that was shown to us at Xbox was now on the PlayStation YouTube at the same fidelity. So you ask yourself, well, it's look exactly the same as the Xbox One X version. So what's going to be the difference?
Probably nothing, to be honest. Like, there's probably going to be no difference when you really think about it.
The thing is,
I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Now, what I was going to say is, see, when you got true exclusives, you don't have these problems. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about who got what or whatever.
You know
what I'm saying? Like if you see God of War come up on screen, you don't have to worry about any other assets or any other anything.
The thing is, what's pretty funny is like I feel like people we're going crazy over this, and the game's gonna come out and it's gonna be toned down regardless, because we all know that was a big vertical slice. Honestly, I'll be blown away if the game still looks like that by the time, the final version is out. I feel like it's going to get, skimmed down, like the graphical fidelity and everything, because it was just a real nice vertical slice.
It might look really good.
It'll be skimmed down. It'll be skimmed down on like the Pro, Slim, and S.
Honestly, don't think it's going to be like this huge difference in graphical fidelity, because they are doing it between, when you think about it, 4 different consoles, and they are going to keep parity. And Frostbite is a good engine. So if you're thinking about you're going to get like the best version, you're not. The PC's going to get the best version. That's a fact. And so when you're looking about it, like you can't just be like, oh.
So this is the thing. This is what I don't understand. What is the partnership with what is the special? What is Xbox users is supposed to get specially with this partnership with EA for Anthem?
It's more likely marketing more than anything.
Probably some early like content or stuff like that, early beta access, the same usual. But the thing is, the big deal about the game is that it was displayed running on a Xbox One X, and it was built from the ground up on the Xbox One X. So
didn't they say Xbox One X like hardware, or is it confirmed?
No. It was the system itself.
So this was developed not on PC, ported to Xbox One X. This was specifically
the console.
Nah, it's definitely developed on PC and down. That's how the process goes.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was it built? See, this is what I'm trying to figure out. What's so special about the partnership? Because see, this is the thing. I don't have a problem when it comes to. I don't know why people have a problem with third-party partnerships. I don't, because it gives someone a reason to say, yo, I want to pick this one up for the Xbox One X. It gives a reason now for something, goddamn. But I'm trying to figure out like the main premise of the partnership, because if it was built solely from the ground up on the Xbox One X, that's cool. But I have a feeling like it was built on the PC and ported over to the Xbox One X.
So wasn't
like that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's so special about this?
Most games are, from my knowledge, most games are made to the best visual fidelity. Then they just scale it down for each console. That's why
exactly
my knowledge.
Yeah.
The game, the build they had running at E3 that we saw.
But there are games though that get built on a console though as well from the ground up though. So that's why I was like, it would be cool if that was the case, and if that is the case, and also if Xbox users could get something over the other platforms with that partnership would be cool. Yeah. I don't know why people frown down upon that.
Yeah.
Then go pick up if you really want that game, then go pick up the console for it if you that butthurt about it.
I mean, that's a conversation. That's an anti-consumer thing because you're blocking off content from other people to force them to buy another console. For
But that's look, I understand what Red is saying but that's how the game is played. Because the thing is, these consoles are very much similar, whether people want to believe it or not, right? Like they have a lot of the same shit. So especially with these multi-platform games, they need some sort of incentive to make you pick it up.
Something.
Right. I'm with you guys on that too.
It is what it is. It's just how the industry is. You know what I'm saying? Is it anti-consumer? Yeah, we could look at it like that, but it is what it is.
No, well, you know what? Wait, hold on. I want to say something. I don't look at that as anti-consumer. I look at a consumer as being like an anti-biased gamer. Because, I mean, back in the day, like when Sega Genesis came out, Super Nintendo came out, ColecoVision, I don't care what it was. I don't care where it was at. I wanted everything. And it seems like, how the hell you call yourself a gamer, but if you have the opportunity to get everything, you just choose not to get it because you mad or jealous or bothered because somebody else got, like, the fact that it exists, that means it's for us to go get it.
Yeah.
Right. You just get it where it's at. If you're able, if you got the money.
Wait, did you just say anti-bias game?
Wait, what? I'm kind of.
No, he's saying that he said it was, if Buffett was saying like it was anti-consumer, I don't look at it as anti-consumer because you're going to consume what you want to actually get. If you're not able to get it, of course, these partnerships a lot of time are time sensitive. The one with Destiny is just straight up messed
horrendous.
Up. But
that is anti-consumer to like the most I've ever seen.
But I mean, like the stuff that was given, to be honest, because I'm a big Destiny fan, the stuff that was given on PlayStation, yes, it was a board and a gun and stuff like that. I don't see like that takes away the overall experience of Destiny. Now, if it took away the overall experience of Destiny, I would say that's anti-consumer.
Do they have exclusive strikes?
I think so for Destiny. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, the new one has one exclusive strike.
That's still, but that's like.
I can't believe I'm saying this, you guys. I'm agreeing with Kid Smooth. Holy fuck, I need a drink. Holy shit.
Nah.
No, but he's right. Like, Kid Smooth is right. Oh fuck. When you think about it,
what's wrong with agreeing with Kid Smooth or something? Like,
there's content.
Kid Smooth has his moments.
Yeah,
I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day. That's fine.
Jeez.
So
Damn.
I let the kids know.
You can't talk to the best spot like that. Come on.
So
That's just real. So I love it though. Let's get it. I like it.
I mean, the whole Destiny thing is pretty bullshit if you ask me. But I think when you're looking at something like this, with specifically going back to the main topic at hand, it really was just bad marketing, right? And whether or not you're going to get different versions of the game, graphically or fidelity, that's not really my problem. My problem is when they start segmenting different parts of the game to different other consoles. Mm-hmm. Then you're trying to figure out which console to buy because you can't get all the content in one. You got to pre-order it in another. Or when you start pre-ordering in different stores, like that's the shit where.
This is what they need to start doing. This is how the best way to do things. I like how Soul Calibur used to do it. You know, the Nintendo version of Soul Calibur, they got Link. The PlayStation version got who they get? They got somebody.
They got Kratos. Characters.
And then got Spawn. It was just like, yo, okay, now I have. This is why I'm picking this version because of this character. It wasn't like, oh man, I have to get this one because they had that version. If you were a fan of one of those characters, you got something special for that console you have. But the thing about timed exclusive, not even timed exclusive, but when it comes to content exclusive to like specific platforms, I don't understand how I could deal with the game not being available to me at a certain time. right? Because I'm eventually going to get the game, whatever, you know, I'll get it when it releases. But I can't, I find it hard to fathom when I go into the store, there's 2 games, 2 different platforms. They're both $60, except I'm going to get more if I buy one for the other platform. That drives me nuts. I was like, all right, if you're going to do that, then discount the price of the other one that's not getting as much.
Even then, Kids Move, when you think about it, like the whole timed exclusive thing is also pretty bullshit as well, because you're like, I want to give you this money for this game, but because you've been bought out by another company, I have to wait or buy that console to then get this game.
They trying to make money. What do you expect? Like these,
see, the thing about
trying to make
time
money, bro.
The reason why I don't mind timed exclusives,
like if you know you can sell more copies with more systems, why are you gonna take that money when you know you're gonna make more money just selling the game anyway?
What if to buy out bigger though?
Yeah, you never know. Maybe Sony's paying a lot of money to have this Destiny content first.
Yeah, but that's stupid. That's not our problem. We're like that's not our problem. We don't care how much Sony paid. We just want to play the damn game. Like,
I understand.
The thing about timed exclusives that I don't mind is that at the end of the day, whether I have all consoles or one of the consoles, at the end of the day, the game is still coming. I have to treat it like a regular release. Like the thing is, I feel like I would have been in better hands waiting a year for Rise of the Tomb Raider on PlayStation to get all that content at $60 versus
it's always better to wait.
Yeah, because when we got it on the Xbox first. Sure, okay, well we got the game, but then we had the updates and the DLC. Obviously, they costed money, but when by the time it came to the PlayStation 4 a year later, it had all the content at the same price. You didn't get like ripped off or anything like that. You weren't missing anything.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
That's also why I really just buy Game of the Year editions now. Like everything is there for $40 or $60, and I don't have to spend all that extra money on DLC content that was just strung along the entire time or cut from the game in the first place.
It is smarter to do that. Like you think about Battlefield, for example, season passes and things like that. You're waiting for these DLCs to come. You could just wait for the whole premium version, which I did that with Battlefield 3, and it was cool because I got everything, but I just had to wait.
Yeah.
These exclusive deals ain't going nowhere.
So Jack,
these companies want to sell hardware.
Let me hear what Jack thinks, man. Jack, on this Anthem shit, what do you make of all of this, man? Do you even care, bro?
I mean, it's not a big deal. Sony didn't fucking download the video off Xbox YouTube page and then upload it. It was provided by EA. So if you want to blame anybody, blame EA.
Yeah.
Like Alex said, it's not gonna be just a huge difference to where the gameplay even fucking like matters. Like, oh my god, you can't no, bro. It's not.
I really don't see an FPS difference. I don't see it. Like, I really don't think it's going to be that drastic. You may get some like better shadows, maybe some better textures or better anti-aliasing with the Xbox One X version, or the PS4 Pro version. But I don't think you're going to have anything so drastically different than what you're seeing. Because Frostbite is a really great engine and it works incredibly well across a lot of systems. I mean, look at what it does for the PC with Battlefield. It's fucking crazy. So when you're looking at it, they just did a bad marketing job and they dropped the ball, both Sony and EA.
All right, our guest freaking disappeared. So they're having internet problems, so they'll probably be back. Quick shout out to the people in the chat. There's 146 people watching us. Please hit the thumbs up button. Would really appreciate it. And I want to shout some people out that are watching right now. King Los, what's up? Shout out to you. Who else is up in here? Shout out to MVP, even though he trolls like a motherfucker. Shout out to MVP. Shout out to Ron.
Somebody was calling me white bomb in the chat.
Who else is it? Shout out to my mods, yo. Shout out to Nev. Shout out to Zombie Ghost. Shout out to Ludens.
Can I shout out my Battlefield squad from yesterday? We got Eric, MVP, and Semi.
Yeah. Shout out to Common Sense too.
Was a beast. Yeah, Common. What's up, Common?
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to who else is in there? Who is that? Keith, shout out to you, bro. And yeah, so let's keep it moving. Let's move on to the next topic real quick. And did you guys already hear rumors that the next Xbox is already being made? But this is pretty common though. This is pretty common though.
Yeah. Actually, Phil already said that like a while ago.
Yeah, this is pretty common. Like once one is done, they're already like brainstorming ideas for the next one. I just seen an article about it. I just wanted to mention it quickly. I'm pretty sure PlayStation is neck deep in developing the PlayStation 5 right now as we speak. They probably have, probably picking out the parts of what they want to use and everything for that shit already.
My question though is like, is the next Xbox going to be a generational type of thing, or is it just going to be like working off of what the X is. And
Yeah, but what do you expect for
Work off of the
generational?
X.
Like another iteration.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
but like when you say generational, what do you mean? Like graphically?
No, like how PS4 to PS5. Like, is it going to
Like
be
a new
Yeah.
name,
Oh,
new
yo,
generation,
we
everything.
gonna get there. Let's save that. Let's run through these other topics. We're gonna get there. I want to talk about a little bit more Xbox news. Halo 5 runs at native 4K, so now I can body Kid Smooth again.
Oh,
Native 4K. I might have to cop an Xbox One X. I know I said I'm not gonna get one, but maybe now it's a maybe because I just like new shit, so I might get an Xbox One S.
That smooth Halo 5 rage is
That's a classic. That is a classic.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious.
Yeah, that is a classic. I know Smooth definitely needs to redeem himself and come get a rematch real quick. We need to do these custom games again. Definitely was fun. Also, it was announced that every single Halo game is coming to backwards compatibility. When I heard this, I'm like, isn't there like the Master Chief Collection now? So
Yeah, I was
who
thinking
That
cares?
was
Just the
also
360
I mean,
ones.
that
I
was
don't think it
pretty
was
trash
old.
hot fire, to be honest. The Master Chief Collection, and I heard it's working, but I still hear it's just like bugs with it because it's got everything, right? It had all the multiplayer of all the games, all
Right.
across a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah, you got
it's it's a pretty wild collection to put together. So I think if you're like, oh, I got fucking Halo 1, let's do Blood Gulch, boom, fuck it.
That's true, and you can play online, right, with the backwards.
Yeah, I
That
guess
billing?
I guess
Go the
so.
server.
That'll get the online functionality working, but it's just not going to be 1080p 60 frames.
Right.
So that's the negative to it. A game dropped, Crash Bandicoot, the wannabe Mario, the wannabe
The Dark
disrespect.
Souls of platformers.
The Dark Souls, yeah. What
Yeah.
is that shit? Can we talk about that,
Yeah,
Eric?
what is
Wait, who
You
said
already
it?
know my
Wait, whoa,
thoughts
whoa,
on
whoa, 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 whoa.
Go ahead,
Who said
Mario.
I want to be Mario? Who said this? Who said that?
Yo, hip hop about to snap,
Who
bro?
said that?
I said that, boy. What you saying,
Who
yo?
said that? Okay, man. Like, so, oh my God, you guys, man. So, why would you call it a wannabe Mario when it's nothing like Mario? Like what's
I'm just playing. I'm just playing, but it's like
Oh,
PlayStation.
okay.
I ain't serious like that, but
Oh, okay.
but Mario is better though. By the way, so
It's Mario, damn it.
It's Mario.
Wait,
It's not Mario.
Hold on. Like, okay, like hold on a second. Like, because a lot of times, like, people get like a bit too hype on nostalgia, and their feelings get too connected, and they can't realize what the truth is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like, Super Mario will always be like the ultimate legend. Like, you know what I'm saying? First you got Pac-Man, then it's like Mario. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sonic. Like, that's like the triple threat. But you can't like ignore like the impact that Crash Bandicoot had and still have. And also, to me, I feel like Crash Bandicoot, they offer something, pretty different. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, no matter how many times you try to like take Mario and do a Mario Kart, then you got Mario this, Mario Paint, Mario Party, Mario this, Mario that. Mm-hmm. To me, honestly, I just feel that it gets to a point where, Crash is Crash because of what they bring to the table, what they brought to the table, and Mario is Mario for that. If you want to try to compare them, there's things I can say about Mario that's better than Crash, and there's things I can say about Crash that I feel is better than Mario. I'm
actually interested still. What do you think is better? What does Crash do better than Mario? I'm actually interested to hear that.
What does Crash do better than Mario?
Yeah.
Oh man, like a few things. Like in my opinion, I feel like Crash, to me, I feel like when Crash first like came out and stuff like that, back when they had that commercial and stuff like that, it was more advanced, because when Mario 64 came out and that was their attempt at 3D and that world and just seeing Mario in a different light and stuff like that, honestly, to me, it felt more forced than feeling like a good Mario game. Maybe it was because of the controller, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it was. But Crash Bandicoot, when that came out and the way that game played and felt, a lot of people attest to that. It had a new feel to it. It felt better, and they gave you something different as opposed to what you was used to with Mario. Mario was just the same schematics, just done in 3D. Let me go.
Ooh, I might have to disagree. I might have to disagree. Yo, Mario 64 was definitely legendary.
Mario's there's
Bro.
two perfect Mario games. Super
64.
Mario.
I get what he's saying because like when it comes to Naughty Dog with their I forgot their other game that they had a long time ago at their attempt to do 3D platforming. Like when it comes to 3D platforming with a game, Crash Bandicoot is one of the best. Especially when it came out for its time with 3D platforming. I think a lot of people are
like that. Sorry, Amy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, as far as when it comes to Crash Bandicoot, see, this is the point that everybody's missing. Is that was the best 3D platform, and especially from the point of view, the camera views, and everything like that. That was done on PlayStation 1. And I think everybody is missing a point because there's so much that, it's a lot of fandom towards Mario and Mario 64 and everything like that. I get it. But y'all are missing a point that Naughty Dog like really came through and shined when it came to 3D platforming with Crash. I'm sorry.
There's no denying that running that kind of game on the PS1 was very impressive. I'm not denying, I'm not taking anything away from Crash. But the one thing that I think, in my opinion, that Crash did far better than Mario was the marketing. I mean, when you look at the time that they were there, the 90s that they were showing up, having Crash up in front of Nintendo with like all the TVs in the truck and like all the commercials that he did, it gave a really good sense of attitude and edge. It was almost very similar to like the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo era. But when you look at Mario 64 as a complete game and it's full 3D and the use of the camera, the way that game moved, the way that game functioned, every single world in that game, the only game that compares to that is Super Mario 3D World for the Super NES. Like that's the only other game that can compete with that. Crash is a great game. I'm not taking anything away.
Galaxy.
But when you put Galaxy is great. Galaxy is a
Galaxy
whole other ball game. Galaxy is unbelievable in its own right. But when you look at
Galaxy would be
those two games side by side, I have to give it to Super Mario 64 because it innovated the 3D platformer far more than Crash ever did. Crash did a good job at refining it, but I think that Super Mario 64...
You know what? Because it was that overworld setup. That shit was just brilliant.
I mean, I understand that because of the whole grand scheme of it.
Pulling Mario's face. I mean, who does that?
not even
Right?
that. It's just the
That was like revolutionary.
The setup was like crazy to me. Like the exploration, how you could, how you get into different worlds, right? The whole exploration of Peach's castle and everything like that. I just felt that was just like so dope to me at the time. That's definitely one of my favorites. Yo, Jack, you very passionate about Crash since it's your favorite game, bro.
My favorite game. It's definitely not my favorite game. I got the collection, man, the Insane Trilogy. It's okay. But I mean,
fire.
It's all right.
Fire.
The first Crash, the jumping in that game is atrocious. I don't know why they didn't try to change that. That shit is terrible, dog. Yeah, damn. I mean, 2 and 3 cool. You know what I'm saying? They definitely improved on Crash in 2 and 3, but Crash 1, I like the environments. Crash 1, I think, though. That's what's crazy. It's just that jumping, man.
No, you're not feeling the platforming in the first one.
No, not at all.
Didn't translate well now, huh?
No, not
Did
at
you
all.
play the first one originally?
I think I did a long time ago. Like that game had me so much in my feelings, man. I forgot if I didn't play it or if I did. Like, I don't even know. I think I did, but I'm not even sure at this point. But it's cool. It's just cool. It's cool. I really don't get the hype.
Oh, because a lot of people like I always ask that question because I was like, it's always been hard. Like it's always been like it's fun. Like, oh my gosh, this is fun. But you're gonna want to smack somebody like playing the game when it comes to Crash. But it's like that's the fun in it. Like it's just like what people get. I know Erica, you like a pro with the demon and Dark Souls and the Bloodborne. Yes, the hell you are. I salute you because I'm not doing it. So
I got patience.
Erica just got good.
See, I don't. I'm ready to smack somebody sometimes. But other than that, no, like that's like the fun in it. And I guess the rush and what I like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of platformers. I know kids move, you are too. Mm-hmm. And there's always a level of difficulty what platformers, and I think platformers is one of those genres that never get as much love as it should. The only time it gets this little love is Mario. Like that's the only time platformer games get love is when people speak about Mario. But other games, a lot of times,
Ori got some buzz. Ori got some buzz.
Banjo-Kazooie too.
Banjo-Kazooie. I think Banjo-Kazooie did.
But honestly, how many times does those titles pop up on people's overall all-time favorite games of all time?
Definitely.
I think
Banjo-Kazooie,
it never pops up.
That's
Later on, when you mention it to somebody, like, oh yeah, that was one of my favorites. But when you ask somebody, what is your top 10 favorite games of all time? Those platformers are never on people's list.
So
a lot of time.
When you're looking at top 10 of all time, it's like there's so many games to choose from. Of course, not every single game's going to come up. When you're looking at it, they're going to pick the ones that are the best, right? And so that's what. That's
no. When you talk about the top 10 overall games of all time, to you, it's not about the best. It's about what that game did to your life, like what it brought to your life in gaming. When I pick my top 10. It has nothing to do with if the game was a 10 or 8 or 9 in the industry. It goes with what it meant to me as far as like my experience with the game. It doesn't go off of if that's the best game of all time.
Yeah, it's subjective to you though. That's what I'm saying. Like it may not be the best of all time in the sense of like of all ratings. It's the best to you. But the thing is, the majority of those games like Mario are so good that they transcend that list because they are that well done. So, of course, they get that praise because they're so well done that it hits people no matter what age they play it at because it's a good game.
Like Rayman, you never hear Rayman on a list. Like I'm like, or Vector Man, or you know what I'm saying, like Vector Man, or even Sonic 2.
I feel you. You're saying they should get some love too, right? So,
yeah.
They don't get love. Yeah, that's my point. Is platformers do not get love like that unless there's some cult following behind it.
Well, that's because
like Mario.
When they brought in 3D gaming too, platformers kind of died by the wayside. Like, we got Crash and Mario and shit like that, but like platforming games really didn't, they kind of died down when 3D gaming came out.
It's hard to do platforming in 3D. The camera alone is one of the most difficult things to work on.
True.
I think Mario's just so brought up so much just because they evolved with it.
So many games.
Like you think about Galaxy, for example, like a huge evolution. And it's still a platformer, so not many franchises can do what Mario does, and I think that's why Mario is just always brought up.
How did Crash perform, J-Man? Since you're the numbers man out here, what's up with that? Can you tell me about how it did? Like, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, of course I can. I'm always following the numbers, but in the UK, I know they said it was the best selling, best start to a sell for a game in 2017.
It broke a record.
It beat Horizon, so that's crazy. On the freaking June PlayStation Plus sales, it was the best selling game in Europe after only being on the market for like a day or something like that. And
it sold out on Amazon.
Yeah, in the US, I think it was like number 2 behind Friday the 13th, but still for one day, it sold amazing.
Yo, that's good. I think they made the right move, making the price point, $10 cheaper. Right?
Absolutely.
I think they were smart on
that.
But
it's $20 cheaper.
Oh, it's $20 cheaper?
Yeah.
Oh, say a word. That's crazy. All right, so let's move on to this PlayStation 5 business coming in 2019 that I've been hearing. What do you guys think of this? J-Man, you want to start it off? Yo, what do you think of this? Michael Pachter says PlayStation 5 is coming out.
Oh, Michael Pachter.
In 2019.
I want to get paid to do his job because just be wrong all the time. I'd love it.
So what do you think?
Yo, I swear every time Michael Pachter speaks, you kind of just believe the opposite of everything he says.
Yeah, I want to get paid to be wrong.
Exactly.
It's so
but I was thinking about this, and I was always somebody that felt that PlayStation 5 will come out in 2019. But I was also thinking about it too, like if you really think about it, that's like 2 years away. And I don't think that, like, I was watching that Digital Foundry video and they made some good points about like a generational leap in tech. It's not really going to be something that's going to be here in like 2 years. So it might be a half step. And I don't think Sony is going to make a PS5 a half step. So, so I just think he's wrong on all fronts right there.
Yeah. Jack, what did you think about his thoughts?
I mean, personally, I've always been saying this. I don't see them announcing the PS5 until 2020, to be honest, because, like we've already been over this, man. PS4 still got a lot of games coming out. You know what I'm saying? Even though they announced, the PS4 came out around the time, a lot of big games still coming out on PS3, but It's just too many games still got to come out, man. It, like J Main said, it's not gonna be a big leap. It's really no need. I'm really not seeing a need for it at the current, moment. But they could, surprise everybody and show something that's fucking amazing. But how much is that gonna cost? So I don't know, man. I don't see it happening.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
First of all, thanks for being patient with me, everybody.
No, don't worry about it, man.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's happening like this, but so I really appreciate it humbly. Thank you. So the thing I want to say is this: in terms of PlayStation 5, look, at this point, what people gotta understand is that like every games look great. Like it's not so much about I want to see how better a game looks. Like it's all about the unique experience. So whether it's PlayStation 5, 6, or Xbox One 29 million, like it don't matter. At this point, it's just about who's gonna be the most creative, the most unique with their game development, who has the best talent in the industry, and what we're going to get whenever they decide to reveal it. So based on those words, I really feel that PlayStation, and I was talking with Red about this too, like when it comes to talent, I feel that Sony has like the most talented studios out there. So even though PS4 Pro and PS4 is out, even when PS5 come out, as long as their marketing and their messaging is spot on, it don't matter. I feel like everybody has figured out.
So you think? So do you think
good.
Because of the talent they will come out and because yes, we all know they have a lot of talent, and do you think they will push for a 2019 for the next console if they have so much talent to show? Like what Jack Moore was saying. There's so much games to come out soon.
2020 sounds about right. I agree with 2020. I'm fully on board with 2020. I think they're going to do a big media push for the 25th anniversary of PlayStation. I think they're going to really capitalize on that moment and make it special. But when you got games like Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, and there's a ton of other games behind the scenes right now being made as well, there's really no need for it, and there's no need to rush. And damn, look at Spider-Man. Do we really need a PS5 right now? Mm-hmm. Like, come on, like you don't need one, and you don't want to cannibalize the, what you're doing with PlayStation 4, and you want to maximize your system. That's why PS2 was able to last 10 years. Like 10 years, PS2 was on the market in a relevant way.
And that
crazy.
Time.
Like, come on. So to me, I don't want it to get to a point where the console market tries to be like the PC market with the quick updates because of the ability of PC. Nah, don't do you and let that work because it works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let PC be PC, let console be console, and that's it. Because I feel like if one try to mimic the other, then everybody's going to eventually lose.
I think if you're going to put out a PS5, I would love to have a lot of consoles just have the option to just do 60 FPS. I think that's something you guys need more than anything to have it work.
That price point is going to go. That price point is going to go up for the CPU.
That price point is going to be probably $499 for the PS5, more than likely. They're going to say some dumbass shit like they did for the PS3 because they're in the lead, like last time. And when you're looking at it, like 4K TVs, I think, are not as, I wouldn't say apparent, but they're not as penetrated in the market as they need to be for 4K to be incredibly relevant for a lot of gaming consoles. It's once they get to about 50-60% of the actual market share, then I could agree that saying that 4K is a relevant push, but having an option for like 1080 60, 4K 30, maybe even if they can do it right, and it's a long shot, 4K 60 would be the fucking ideal for you guys because that would be great.
But that price is going to go up. Do you think? Because you mentioned that the price. You said that it's going to be stupid. But if you're going to do 4K 60, that CPU is going to go up.
And not even just the
the price is going to go up.
I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice to have right. The ideal situation would be 4K 60 at $500. That would be the ideal, right? In a perfect world, that's what we would have. More than likely, you'll have 4K 30, and then I would like to have the option for you guys to have 1080 60, so you can have that option too.
Yeah,
that price point. We're gonna have to expect for that price point to be high. If people are in denial of that, people in denial think it's stupid. I'm like, but do you know what the hell that means? like, do you know what has to be put into a console for that to have a console, not a PC rig?
form factor, you've got the size of the box, you got the cost of manufacturing, you got the system on a chip, you've got so much stuff to go in there. To get to that level, I don't see it happening. It would be fantastic if it happened. I would love it, but I don't see it happening. With the PS5,
that price point gonna be up there.
Yeah, with a PS5 though, I think it might be a half step, and you're going to have backwards compatibility with the PS4. I think that's where they're probably going to go with that system.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want that.
I don't see that.
I want to hear Kid Smooth's thoughts on this. Kid Smooth, what do you think?
Think on the PlayStation 5?
Yeah.
I honestly, when you start talking, I don't really pay too much no mind. I just don't think one, I don't think a PlayStation 5 is coming in 2019. If it is, then well, cool, and hopefully it's a beast. I don't think, honestly, if from the way I'm looking at it, the way that these consoles are going, a couple things have to happen for the PlayStation 5 to be really like a viable option. Looking at like what the PS4 was doing and is doing, games that has to come out. There's some games they announced for the PS4 that I still don't think is coming out until like 2019. So the PlayStation 5, it literally have to be like backwards compatible, like day and date with the with all PS4 games. They like just by default it has to do it. I just don't, especially with the move of digital, like you should be able to boot up that PS5 and all your PlayStation 4 games and your PlayStation Plus games should just be there available to download. Like that has to happen.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm. As far as
I don't think that will happen though.
You don't. That
it's better.
Microsoft is destroying Sony. That's what
I said. The reason why I said that I don't think that's going to happen is because if you look at the pattern with Sony, they don't like to leave the last gen of their console behind. Like they still have it in production and they still want it to sell. And if you have backwards compatibility so easily on the new next gen, then that makes that console obsolete. And they never do that. So it would be and they're a Japanese company. I don't think they're going to do that.
I get what you're saying. They're going to want to sell the PS5 at that point more than the PS4.
But the PS4 going to be cheap as hell by the end too, though.
But they like to sell they like to capitalize off of everything. Like you see what they did with PS2 and the PS3, like when the PS3, on the PS2 was still in production.
Yeah, but that's also because the DVD player was in that. So that helped the sales for that extend.
But I'm talking about the way and life of the PS2. Like it was still in production. And like,
yeah, they do the 10
damn
years.
near by the end lifespan of the PS3. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about why it sold. I'm talking about, and even with the PS3 was still in production. Like, I just don't see them doing that. And also they want to do this digital cloud that they have that they're even going to work on even more. So that's why I said I don't really see. I would love that, but I don't see it happening with their business plan.
Well, one thing I wanted to say, and I'm just saying this, like, finally, because I have a PC that does 4K 60 frames per second on everything, like, you know what I'm saying? So max settings and all. So the type of PC I got, I'm assuming that when we do see PlayStation 5, like, I think that it would actually be in a position to do, like, I think 4K 60 should be the goal. Hear me out. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I believe that PlayStation 5 will be able to do 4K 60, but maybe at like medium settings, not max settings, but like medium settings. But no. Listen, the reason why I say that is because Mark Cerny was talking about 8 teraflops is like the entry level to what you can really do at 4K 60. Like, and I'm be honest.
Yeah.
After having what I have and seeing and doing all these tests that I've been doing, like I even got a PC show that I'm about to come out with, dog. Like it's serious. It's serious. So I understand what Mark Cerny was saying better because of the experience that I'm able to have now. And I'm telling you, I really believe that the next PlayStation 5, it will be 4K 60, but it will be set to like medium, settings.
Medium
and I think
setting.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
No. Listen. By the time 2019, 2020 come around, it will not be as expensive because
Oh,
He dropped
Damn,
out.
he got cut off.
Damn.
No, I think so. I think so too, as far as how expensive the parts and everything would be, because PC gaming will be far past that right now.
Yeah.
As far as, so I understand his point. I mean, like right now, like AMD has this new chip and this new graphics card. They got, it's like two 1080s in one. So like, and that's coming out now. Like, so I can imagine as far as the new systems.
Would be weird, because here's the thing: if not to say it, because I feel like that's possible. Like now, 4K medium settings, but the Xbox One X already got games at like the 4K like a high and max settings.
What games is high and max settings?
Yeah, who's doing that? Kids movie.
What games is max settings of a? What game on a console is doing max settings at 4K 60? And I think people are confused with the setting.
Or even at 4K,
but they have them already like preempt to like high and max settings for certain games.
No, but which game?
Which game?
Yeah,
I think maybe Forza, but that's about it.
Forza is one of them, but they've already like listen. I know I'm not the only like fool that have.
But on the PC max settings, but the PC max settings for Forza is totally different for how it's going to be for Xbox One X.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing at all.
You can't be like, oh, like they're not going to be like turn on.
That CPU will burn. Your Xbox One X will burn.
Like CPU intensive games.
But taking in kids,
but that's max settings.
Remember when people were going crazy for the Titanfall 2, right? Even
Yeah.
that, when Digital Foundry came out, that was even in PC's max settings that they were doing. It was missing some things. Did you watch that video? You see that wasn't?
Yeah, I wasn't referring to Titanfall 2.
Okay. I'm just putting that. I'm just putting that.
There
out
was games they were talking about that they compared to like when they said to PC equivalents. That's what they said. That's their.
But there's different levels to PC equivalents, though.
So
there's different levels to it.
High is not PC high then.
PC high is PC. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say what game it because high end settings with a PC is crazy. Do you know what power it takes to have high settings on the PC?
On the game, like every game that you run at.
Yes, so that's why we was asking which game, because Forza takes a lot of information for it to run. So I'm saying
Forza's also well optimized and it's not really like bound on the CPU like that.
Yeah. See, that's why I said when at the Xbox conference, I was like, I hope they show a game that's 4K 60, like they was talking about in their 2016 launch video. I was hoping that they showed a game like if Anthem, like what Anthem was, if Anthem was like a 4K 60 frames per second game, blah blah blah, that would have shut everything down. Like that would have been crazy.
It would have been more crazy if it was an exclusive.
I was gonna say that.
It would have been more crazy if it was an exclusive. If it was exclusive, I would have just stood up and just stand in ovation.
No,
that was
not on
exclusive.
PC or anything. True exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true exclusive. Not when coming to Windows 10.
Exactly.
Yo, that would have been it. Like that would have been like, like
drop the mic moment right there.
Yeah, if anybody that's like a true hardcore gamer, if they would have said this is a true exclusive,
I would have kissed Phil Spencer.
I would have jumped on Aaron Greenberg.
You know what? Because that's what everyone was missing from. That's what everyone was missing from Xbox's E3 was that one game to wow everybody.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Right? Kismo was talking about that.
That one exclusive to wow everybody. Like,
you know what it kind of felt like, Kofi? Like it felt like VR. Because you know how like everybody's like, oh, VR is the fucking future, and you're like, all right, where's that one game that makes me say I have to buy a fucking headset?
Yeah, all the experiences are just cool. They're just cool, but they're nothing like mine.
You need that killer app.
They're not a killer app. Yeah, exactly. Let's continue. Cuphead is never coming.
Yes. I spoke to Aaron today. I spoke to Aaron Greenberg today, yo.
What's up?
And I told him if y'all delete this game one more time, I'm gonna see you like 3 o'clock after school time.
Hey, can I join you? I'm gonna be just as mad if that happens.
I told him that, and he'll be back. He'll be back saying he's a lover, not a fighter. But the date is not being changed. It's really coming out.
Okay,
good.
That's
good.
Cool.
So come ahead, son.
The game's gonna be awesome.
I'm getting it on PC, because it's play anywhere, so I'm getting it on PC.
Yeah.
But this game, son, yo, how you make something like that? Yo, nah, son.
It looks
I'm
really
gonna
good.
give that game right now.
It
Yes.
looks really good.
You
Steam
hype?
game?
Son.
Alex, you on the Steam game
I'm
game for
I'm gonna
that?
get it on Steam.
I'm
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, I'm
support.
getting it. Yeah, son.
I'm actually gonna support Microsoft with this one and actually pick it up on the Windows Store because I want to get some, real achievements for that. None of that Steam bullshit, yo.
Who cares about
Is that
achievements?
supported on?
Achievements are the
Is that
achievements.
supporting it on Xbox though? Like you're not gonna copy for the Xbox One X?
Oh,
But that's actually supporting it on Xbox. Because if you get it on Windows 10, you like me.
That's the same thing. No, because look, I see it as all the same ecosystem.
Oh, so I gotta stop you there. So that means I don't want to hear nothing from all the Xbox fanboys because I play all the Xbox titles on my PC.
Yeah, that's cool.
So according to Kofi, that's still supporting the Xbox platform.
Of course, Red. Look,
No, it's not, Kofi.
If you buy Forza from the Microsoft Windows Store, you're still putting money in Microsoft's spot. You're still in there.
You are technically correct.
You need Xbox Live first of all.
Yeah, but Red, the thing is, when you're technically correct, that's the best kind of correct.
I am correct.
Oh, yes.
If you're in that ecosystem, when you buy Forza,
I know that is the best kind of correct, but according to the lames.
You gotta have the box in your home and play on the box.
According to the lames, that's not supporting anything.
No, look,
because I said I'm not picking up an Xbox One X. There's no reason for me to.
And that's where and the whole beginning of this entire thing with everybody's like, what's Xbox doing? What's Microsoft doing? We don't know what they're doing. Dumb shit. Microsoft is actually being incredibly smart. And I've said this for like 6 months and no one believes me. They're combining their PC market and their console market. The Xbox One X and that brand is basically going to be what the Steam machines failed to be. And they're going to say instead of having 60 million users, we have 100 million, 150 million across all these different platforms you can sell your game to. Sell it with us instead. And that's going to be their pitch. And that's what makes it work. You can do it on Windows Store. You can do it on Steam.
And to the Windows
Xbox One X
numbers come out.
Yeah, but even then, but the thing is this, dude, if they are a good competitor to Steam and they fix the issues that Steam has, you will have people move to that platform because if they fix the problems that Steam is failing to fix still, that's what you need to do to beat Steam. You have to be competitive.
Yeah, I got a question for Kid Smooth. I got a question real quick. Kid Smooth, man, why do Xbox fans get so mad when Microsoft is supporting their own platform like Windows 10? Can you explain that to me?
And it's only get mad because of the fanboy wars. It's like the most
those console wars.
It's for conversation. The topic of a debate. It's just probably the annoyance of like if you start talking about like an Xbox game or a game that's branded with Xbox. And then someone comes in like, I got it on a PC, so it's not exclusive where I get it on it. It's for stupid shit like that. It has like, at the end of the day, when all these games, from what I've seen, these Play Anywhere titles, they're mostly being played on Xbox. Because until they start merging all, they got
pissed off at Phil for saying, I'm dropping my pre-orders. Because it's on 10.
Yeah, Red, you look at the crazy extremist fanboy. Yeah, nobody, the sound mind person knows like what
I ain't no damn fanboy. That's not even a fanboy. That's just a troll.
Yeah.
But the sad part about it is you have other people that follow people like that and bring up this whole topic of it. I clearly understand what Microsoft is doing. My question is what is the expenses and loss on producing the Xbox One X as far as trying to get sales for? Like I'm trying to figure out like what is the loss with it, and I guess it's not that much of a loss because if they're proper.
Do you think they care about selling consoles like
this whole thing
services?
One at a time. All
right.
I think the funny thing about this whole perception of Xbox like losing PlayStation is like people think like they're just like losing money or they're just not making anything, like they're going broke. I'm like, they're going to keep like they're making so much money off the Xbox brand enough to keep making Xboxes and keep coming up with this shit. If it's not working or anything like that, they're not going to stop supporting it. It's like I don't think they're not taking a loss on the X. They're just not really making a profit on it. But the services must be good enough to keep ramping out boxes, to keep continuing to keep the services up, or for keep people subscribed, or keep people subscribing and whatnot, or keep people buying their games or being a part of the ecosystem. The Xbox must be doing something into that to that nature for them to feel like, all right, no, we got to put a new box out and to help maintain or to help grow this.
Not only that, Kids Move, I think what happens is when you have something like the Xbox One X, it's filling a market that does not want to move to PC. There are people that don't want to go to PC, and that's their choice. If they don't want to, that's fine. That's what they want to do. But there are people that are PC that are not going to go to console, like me, and there are people that are console that are not going to do PC, and that's where they're filling that gap. And they're thinking of, I can make more money making all these people happy instead of just one set of people happy. And that's a very smart strategy to do.
Yeah, Microsoft, they're going to make money regardless. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, Erica. My bad. I'm sorry.
I was just saying Microsoft's going to make money regardless. Like Alex is saying, there's people on console. They're not going to move to PC and vice versa. You know, I know people who are on consoles. They don't even consider PC gaming as even relevant. Like, they don't even know anything about it. So, you know, there's always going to be that crowd waiting for consoles, you know?
Yeah. Now, real talk, like, I agree with what Microsoft is doing, like, because I love the fact of the whole play anywhere. Especially me, I love that I could play my Gears of War on my PC in the highest quality. Like, I love it. The only thing I'm saying is, I just don't think it's smart to completely alienate, like, the whole idea of having an exclusive title on your console, something that's specifically for console. And the reason why I say that is because exclusives gives you an identity, at least. It gives you an identity. And I feel like if Xbox identity is just like, you know what, you can just play all our shit here and here, and that's your identity, if that's what they wanted to be, you know, then that's fine, because that's their choice. But there's a reason why you can only do certain things on Nintendo, and there's a reason why you can only do certain things on Sony, and that right there has value to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my only thing. That level of value of exclusivity is priceless.
Gerard, I don't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but your mic has a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I was trying to tell Kofi to turn his mic down.
Yeah, turn it on.
I'm sorry, Gerard. I didn't mean to cut you off like that and kind of throw you out there.
He's talking from a jail
don't
phone.
be sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I load him down. I load him down a little bit.
Everybody
finish your point.
What about now?
Yeah.
What about now?
I think you're good now.
now?
You're not loud now. You're good. You're just kind of scratching.
I'm okay now?
You're okay.
It's a little better. It's better.
It's a little better? Okay, so I won't talk long. So my thing is, I just feel like identity plays a big role. And like, for example, let's say Cuphead was a console exclusive, meaning that you couldn't get it on PC either. You got to get the Xbox One X for this. I just think that in what they're achieving is great for the PC and console world, but I feel like there should at least be something that says, this one right here, you can only get on Xbox and nowhere else at all, just to give it an identity. That's the only thing I would say.
You don't think that they've already made their mark as far as identity-wise with the IPs they had earlier to set that trend already? Like, all right, we know of Halo through Xbox, we know of Forza through Xbox and whatever, and now they can just like, all right, now we can move forward by branching out, whether it be mobile, play anywhere. The thing is, I feel like what happens with Microsoft, they're sitting back, they're looking at it's like, all right, we got something with this gaming thing that we could take in. Here I am watching Google, Apple, and everybody else take off with all their products. Like, they're interfering in our territory, like with Google having like a Word doc and stuff like that, its own operating system on laptops. And obviously Apple just like beating down the phone market with like Samsung and whatnot. So Microsoft argued like, all right, we have this Xbox brand that we can now infiltrate other markets that like, you know, to have that greater presence. So that's why I'm pretty sure, I know Windows Phone kind of failed out, but there'll be an Xbox phone someday in the future. They're trying to get this Xbox app on phones and being able to play like Minecraft mobile and earn achievements here and there and whatnot. It's that trying
That'd be
to
dope. That'd be dope.
placed everywhere to like keep up with the other competitors, their main competitors outside of gaming, like Apple and Google, who's been able to do what Microsoft is trying to do in other ventures with like this universal thing.
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
That's a good point too.
so I guess what you're saying, Smooth, is like the identity now is more of like play anywhere, service based kind of thing.
Yeah, which is fine. Like it's just a different style. Like
Yeah,
it's
but I
fine.
think hip hop
that's
was
cool.
more along talking about like the games, right? Like
Yeah, I was more in line with the games only.
Yeah.
But when you put it like that, it makes it more clear. Like I said, I love to play anywhere. I love it because I feel like I get more out of my games that was once only limited to console experiences. So like I love it, me personally. I just feel like if you're going to go after the Googles and the Apples, there's a strategy you can utilize there. But if you're still trying to compete with PlayStation and say we're the true power, or we're the true this, and we're the true that,
they're evolving. They evolve in their style. Like PlayStation is doing like the more traditional thing that we know. Trying to sell a lot of consoles, right? And it looks like Microsoft is just switching up, trying to expand their services. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's it's smart. They're smart for doing this because they got a real popular platform called Windows. You know what I'm saying? So they're just getting their own.
They 95% of the market is Windows. So
it makes sense for them to do this. It's not even like a bad move. So I don't know why people be complaining about it and play anywhere and bitching and whining.
That's because certain people don't know business.
Platform
you can't
on
talk to people.
Windows.
You can't talk to people that don't understand business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't understand business, then you're gonna look at this like, oh my God, no, you idiot. If you was on their side and understood what they was doing, you realize this is a genius move that they're doing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I loved it. I supported it. And me, I get everything anyway, just because I'm just like
and the
a
thing is, like,
person.
for me personally, it's not this Windows integration like that. I'm actually welcoming that. I really love that. My main issue with Microsoft is not that they have no true exclusive. That's not even close. My main issue. My main issue is the quality and the amount of their first party games. That's my issue. I feel like Microsoft should be dropping a lot more games than they are. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with the
I
new
got
console.
you.
That's my main issue with Microsoft only.
Well, there's other things that Microsoft could have
I
done
got
too.
you.
Instead of like focusing on Connect for the Xbox One, they could have focused on in-house development and things like that. So
just think of this. Could you imagine if like Xbox had as much studios as like PlayStation, and you're doing like and as much exclusives as PlayStation?
We would
and
have
this
amazing.
Xbox
This generation would have been killer with so many games for
On a
everyone
whole
to
nother
play.
level.
and they're doing
whole nother
Xbox
level.
Play Anywhere on PC integration. Like they'll be killing it right now. The thing is, Microsoft just it seems like when it comes to the first party games front, they're not really killing it at that front. You know,
It's
what
like
I'm saying?
Red was saying earlier, or hip hop. They don't have the talent like Sony does.
It may be true. It may be true. So
They gotta spend that money to buy it.
That's an issue that Microsoft got to resolve, and they got to deliver more quality first-party games. It's not good just to drop 2 retail big games a year. Like what did
And they gotta have faith of them too.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
they can't just do a one and done and bring
Yeah.
it out. They gotta make a sequel for that game. Like keep bringing it. You know?
You know what else?
That's the issue I have with Microsoft currently. That's it.
Yo, Kofi.
You're doing great.
Another thing I would say, Kofi, is like, Sony has been investing in themselves since 1994. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, they've been reinvesting in them personally. Because think about it like this: how can you expect anybody else to believe in your system, even third parties, if you aren't even investing in yourself to show what you could do on your own? And with Microsoft, they got so much money, but it's not about having the most money. It's about what you do with it. And I feel like when you look at a Mass Effect, that was once exclusive for a game, and now look. Then if you look at the opportunities that they had to capitalize in the industry, what if Microsoft would have brought BioWare like how Sony got Naughty Dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these is like opportunities that they literally clearly had, and they just didn't do anything with it.
Not to
It's
mention,
how do you not do that? Like, so that's just my thing.
Not to mention, buying studios and then not really putting out games that we thought would come. Like Rare, for example, like Rare's dead.
My God.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you took them from Nintendo and then you do nothing with it.
Yeah, and they were a killer
bad
development
decision
studio.
making. I think early on they're doing a lot of bad decision making, especially with the Connect times. Look at what happened, right? Now they're definitely on the right path when it comes to game services and all of that. Right now they're doing really well.
In the features.
Now all they got to do is what? Deliver the quality games. You know what I'm saying? The quality first, and that's it. Then I feel like, yo, the platform is, they're doing great. That's all I got to see from Microsoft right now. Like, I look at Crackdown 3 and I'm actually taken back. I know you're hyped for the game, cool. I expected it to look a lot better, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? When I look at Crackdown 3 gameplay, I'm like, I'm a little taken back.
You mean like visually?
Everything. Even gameplay.
People saying that. I didn't play it yet, but a lot of people were saying that.
No, but I don't know. But I just thought it would. It looks like a AA game. You know, it looks like something. I don't know. I was taking back when they seen it.
You know, they promised all this destructibility and all this crazy stuff going on. You expect like booming stuff going on, and just
and the visuals to you, hip hop, don't look like. How does the visuals look to you? I know it's a shell shaded style, but still,
it's cell shaded not. But I mean, to me, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was on the show floor, and you know, when it comes to Xbox One X, like Assassin's Creed was the game that was
looked the best. That looked
really on that one looked amazing. I played that on an Xbox One X.
Okay,
you understand what I'm saying? So I got a chance to get hands on the real box, like, you know, and I played that. But the thing is, like, even though it looks great on that, I can get that, you know, like it don't look bad on PS4 Pro either. Like, you know, it looked amazing too, from what I'm told and stuff like that. But in terms of Crackdown, from what I'm hearing, because I didn't play that one, you know, in person, but from what I'm hearing, it's like it looks great. But when you talk about a system that's supposed to do this and supposed to do that, and the way they hyped it up, it's not living up to the expectations of what was said. So it's like, it looks good for what it is, but it's not what I'm told. So the value, the feel, there's no. Think about it like this. It's a reason why not a lot of people talking about it.
Exactly.
Like real talk, more people is talking about Cuphead and Crash and Destiny and Forza than they talking about Crackdown and like some other games that we saw.
Because like, it's not really crazy impressive.
Like, it wasn't as impressive as it should have been. That's
what I feel. Well, let's see what Kid Smooth. I know Kid Smooth's probably having a stroke right there. So, what do you think about Crackdown 3, bro? What do you think? Like, after looking at it, seeing the visuals, seeing the trailer, seeing the gameplay, are you impressed?
Am I impressed? It's Crackdown. The only thing I really want to see is a destruction mode. Like, Crackdown is a cell-shaded game. I don't know what people were expecting. If you weren't a fan of Crackdown 1, 2, if you didn't like the way it looked, if you didn't like
I love Crackdown. The first one, oh man, son, that was my choice, and that's something like the first Crackdown. Like, if I was a girl, like I would just like take some of my breast milk and drink it myself. Like,
so this podcast is rated M for mature. You guys, this podcast is Peggy 18.
My bad. I'm just saying, like, I loved Crackdown, just playing in the world. Crackdown 1 was picking up the car, doing it was too much. Like, I'll tell you one thing: if they remastered Crackdown 1 and had like this ultimate online mode or something,
that'd be great.
Over. It's over. It was that good. Crackdown 2, not so much. I really didn't feel it that much. But Crackdown 3, and Mika, because Red can talk about this more. But like, it's not hitting like how you would have expected to, considering this was supposed to be a flagship title that they showed years ago about the destruction, how it's gonna be. We didn't see that.
Yeah. All right, we got 182 people watching. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Big shout out to all of y'all. Please hit the thumbs up button. Greatly appreciated. Another quick shout out, real quick. We got to shout out some people. Full King Ill, shout out to you. Blaze, Pyro.
So many pauses in the chat.
So many pauses in the chat, George.
Chris Righteous. Shout out to Chris Righteous. Shout out to regular Chris. Mega Drain. Shout out to you. Shout out to Alex PSX. Shout out to OBJ. Shout out to you. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Red, do you have any thoughts on Crackdown 3 before we move on? Is she there?
I actually played it at E3. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy the game. It reminds me of like a This one it has like this art style of being cel shaded, but not like too much. And it's reminding me of Infamous. It's giving me that Infamous feel from what I played. When I was playing it though, I was like, what is gonna be its own? Because I mean, I played the first Crackdown and played the second one, and I'm really just trying to figure out the fun factor that's gonna be for it, but I guess I won't know until we get the game.
The main the game is the collecting the orbs. So if you don't like collecting stuff, then it might not be free, because that's like the main thing: collecting the orbs and powering up your super soldier, your super cop. Yep.
That sounds like Recoil right now.
It does.
Yep.
Kinda does.
I know how I feel about Recoil.
That's what the game is.
feel
That's the
about
main
Recoil,
catch.
Red. You're not the only
That's the
one.
main catch of the game. Basically, you got driving orbs scattered around. You got agility orbs scattered all around. Everything you punch. everything you punch, right? Makes
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
What's up?
Lost her.
Oh, we lost her. All right, we'll get back to Red when she comes. She comes back. Let's talk quickly about the SNES Classic coming September 29th. Who's hyped not to get one? Because
I got my pre-order in.
you got yours pre-ordered? Bless.
I got mine. I got one from the UK pre-ordered.
I didn't get mine pre-ordered, so
I will not be buying a
Can y'all hear
SNES
me now?
Classic.
Yeah.
We get you now. We get you now.
If you want to finish
I
your point,
pre-ordered it from the UK.
UK gang, we got it.
Oh god,
You guys are crazy. You guys
Yo,
are paying
honestly-
$80 to $100 for a box
God,
you can just
actually, you're not-
emulate on a
actually,
PS5.
I don't want the ROMs, Alex. I don't want the
Actually,
ROMs.
they're not crazy, because if they just hold on to it, this shit's gonna be.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Bro,
exactly what I'm
Oh, y'all trying to
that
be- y'all
joint is
trying to
gonna be an
scumbag.
asset.
Here comes Jack.
It's an asset, all right? Everybody wants to tease people for pre-ordering something. That joint's gonna jump up to be $300 in value.
All you guys are smart.
Okay.
Collector's
I didn't
item.
hear a lot yet.
Whoever pre-ordered one is actually very, very intelligent. So don't let these people tell you guys.
I'm trying to get a second one over
Word.
here.
You get two.
I'm trying to get a second one.
Yo, hustle.
Me too, girl.
Hustle, definitely hustle. Jack, would you be interested in a PlayStation Mini?
In terms-
Would you be hyped for that?
A PlayStation
terms of-
Mini?
Yeah, is it
PlayStation Mini?
PS1? Would you be interested in that?
Possibly.
I know a lot of Sony fans be from the NES minis and
Yo.
all of this, but PlayStation made their variation.
Nope.
PlayStation 1. I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty hyped for that.
They can keep
Yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, look, I know why. I know why everybody will be hyped, because you can't go wrong with nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? It's just a feeling. I get it. But realistically, I got like every game from like every platform forever, and then like what I got coming to me, Red know what I'm talking about, because she about to get that too. But what I got coming to me is there's no need for. When I tell you I got everything coming to me,
Emulator, yeah?
I have every single everything coming to me in life. All right,
Jeez.
the gamer package.
He got that Xbox One X coming.
Yo,
I say that.
I like that.
High key.
So
I need to
yeah,
get on my journalism like hip hop.
yeah, Red know what I'm talking about, because she about to get up on that. All I gotta say is 16 terabytes, and we good. That's it.
16 terabytes.
That's all I gotta say. 16 TB, son.
Oh,
16
man.
TB. If we lit, that's it. It's over, son.
You're just
Yo,
gonna download
real
every
talk.
single.
Yo, real talk.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Like, in terms of like the SNES Classic and everything like that. Like, this just goes to show, how like when me and Kid Smooth was having our debate about the Xbox Game Pass and the PlayStation Now and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's like people get hyped to get like 20 games from Super Nintendo, but then go to bitch about spending like $100 for a whole year to get 500 plus games on PlayStation Now, or even the $10 to 400 games on Game Pass.
It's a novelty. It's small. It's
Yeah,
Not only that, but like the thing is,
But
those.
what I'm saying is, in terms of value of what you get, come on, man. Like, ain't nobody should be complaining about PlayStation Now or Game Pass. if you're willing to go out and get NES Mini. Like,
yeah, but the
I'm
thing
just
is,
saying.
the difference is that in the NES Mini, I can keep those games. I cancel Game Pass; those games are gone.
That's true.
Yo,
Like Xbox Live, I give you guys if I
who
give.
don't got Call of Duty, Black Ops 2? Like a lot of these games that's on PlayStation now, or a lot of these games that's on the Game Pass. Like if you're a hardcore gamer and you was able to get like the games you wanted, you got them already.
So the worst. Okay, so hold on. So if I stop Game Pass, I lose the games. If I stop Xbox Live, I lose the games. I should already have those games from Xbox or PS4 because they're already old, right? So then what's the value of using that in the first place?
Exactly. Like if you never,
So
the only value I see,
there is no value.
The only value I see is like when it comes, especially in the PlayStation now, is just I see convenience and playing games that you probably never played before in that era. Like games that you probably was gonna buy but didn't, or change your mind, or games that you just completely overlooked that you didn't care to play. You have the option to like play them at an affordable price, and it's convenient because you just hit the button and go. Same thing with Game Pass. If there's a lot of games that you probably was gonna play but just didn't get a chance to or overlooked, this is an easier way to get access to games you probably didn't play during that era. But in terms of Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, it's like, I mean, come on, son. Like, we grown-ups now. If you really want to go to the store and get that, you go get that, son. You go to Video Games New York, or you can order it online and get that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The thing is,
I'm just saying.
The cartridges, you mean?
That whole thing is like that little mini console is a great idea because honestly, if you ask me, if they did a PS1 and a PS2 version of that, you know that would sell immediately. That's not even a question.
But you can't have 20 games though.
I'm not saying. Look,
if it was like 200, if it was like
20
200,
classics. 20 classics.
You're looking at 20 classics.
Listen.
Yeah.
Like 20 classics is not, for me, is not enough. Like I want to play games. Think about it. I don't want to buy the system to play games I already played. I want to, like, it's just like with Netflix. I don't have Netflix to watch shit that I've seen already. I got Netflix to not only watch those stuff that I love, that I know about, but it's also a tool for you to discover stuff that you probably never would have looked at simply because you got the service and it's easy and it's right there and convenient. So if you had an SNES Classic, imagine how many other games we never played that probably was classics that we just overlooked because we didn't play them back in the day. That's the value right there. Playing what you never played, not playing what you already played over again.
Yeah, but you can't own those.
I see what you're saying as far as the service, but like I look at it like this because you brought up Netflix. I look at it like, okay, Breaking Bad's on Netflix, right? I could watch it right now, but once I cancel that service, I can't watch them anymore. So what I do, I'm gonna go out and get the DVDs for it or the Blu-rays or whatever. You have that forever. So I think that's like what Alex is trying to say.
But you can have Netflix forever. No, like you don't have
Until
to
you
cancel
pay,
your
but
account.
You gotta pay for it.
You gotta
Like
pay
this
for
one.
it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
So, like,
whoa. I gotta say this then. What you're paying for is all the new shit that's gonna come with it. Like think about it like this. When PlayStation Now, when it first came out, you only had like access to 350 games. Now you got access to 500 games. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna continue to grow. The more it grows, the more newer it gets. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, so let's say you cancel your joint and you got this one DVD forever. I don't want to have no one goddamn DVD forever. I want to have 500, 600, 700, keep going and going and going and going and going.
Now hold on. Here's the crux of the argument. I don't think the Super NES Classic is worth the money, to be honest. $80 especially. That to me doesn't make any sense. You can just, well, that's still crazy to me when you can just get all the ROMs and emulators and things like that.
Yeah, you're on your PC.
That's fine. But then on top, but hold on. I'm not done yet. But then to say that there is value in a service, especially in games, that you do not get to own those games. Those games are older. Those games have been older. And although there is the idea, yes, that you can go back and play games you never played before because maybe you're new to gaming, the thing is you don't own those games. You rent those games online. And so, granted,
as long as I get the experience, I don't care.
But even
as
then,
long as I get the experience, I don't care.
But the argument is this is what makes the SNES Classic and the NES Classic such a hot product, because it is not just that whole, as long as you get the experience, it is now a novelty item. It is a collector's item. It's something that is limited.
I get it.
It's going to be to that point. But you cannot compare those two things. But you can't compare those two things and say there's no value when there is value intrinsically, right? But because if Sony turned around and did a PS1 and a PS2,
I'm trying to understand the point, because for example, like I heard y'all talk about Netflix. I think gamers nowadays make things more than what the hell it is. It's like you have a service, you use it for entertainment and enjoyment. You only pick the service up if it's geared towards you. So someone who didn't get a chance, for example, I know a lot of people who didn't get the chance to play Xbox 360 titles and PlayStation 3 titles, but they in this gen and they want to go back. That's great for them to pick up PlayStation now, so they don't have to go to every goddamn GameStop and pawn shop trying to pick up all the past games that they wanted to play. They can just have a service that can just pop, play, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then with Xbox Game Pass, I guess there's things you have to download it or something like that. I'm not too familiar with it, so whomever is, let me.
Yeah.
But the value of Netflix, I've had my Netflix account for shit, I think since college, and I've never given that up until I seen it evolve into what it is today with Netflix originals and so forth. And yes, I can go later on get a Blu-ray and DVD, but if we look at the sales of Blu-ray and DVDs right now, it's not at a high.
No.
Now it's digital age. Everything is digital age.
Mm-hmm.
So that everything is convenience now. So when I look at something like the service of PlayStation Now and Game Pass, it's a convenience factor that I could go pop and play and that's it. Now the same thing when it comes to nostalgia, I guess the correlation of, because I brought this up to hip hop, that people are going back to actually play something that's nostalgic or pick it up because it's nostalgic value. It's also collector's item, yes. But then when a bitch and moan about backwards compatibility or they couldn't get this or something like that, or saying that old games don't matter. And I'm like, how it doesn't? People are picking up the SNES and people damn sure picked up Crash Bandicoot. So I guess like that is the underlying topic of the matter, because people are complaining about the most unnecessary things on both of those topics. I'm like, yo, if you want the SNES Classic, go cop it. If you want PlayStation Now and Game Pass, there's a value in it if it's a value to you. It's like, so that's it. Like, I think gamers make shit what it is.
I just gotta say, Red, you shut it down. That's all I gotta say. You just came through and shut it down, yo.
She had a cohesive argument, and I agree.
Yeah, fire. You just killed it. I loved it. Like, if you go to the next topic, because ain't nothing else to say.
I have to say though, the chat is going pretty wild.
Those names though.
All right, quick news. The new 3DS product line is actually ending. So, anyone care?
I seen that coming. I mean,
here comes Switch proprietary. Here comes all Switch.
Now, while it's looking like the 2DS XL is going to be replacing that. And do you guys think that this is the last iteration of the 3DS we're gonna see, the 2DS?
Oh, yeah, that's
XL?
It better be.
I hope so. I hope so.
It should be.
They gonna make with this shit.
I hope so.
Every year it seems like.
Yeah. So so that's ending, and the new 2DS XL or whatever, hopefully is the last iteration of the 3DS we see, and the Switch will be the main focus. Yeah, because definitely needs the focus, because that eShop drives a motherfucker, right?
Right.
Well, there's actually some good Nintendo news. Nintendo Switch has sold over 1 million units in Japan alone. That's crazy.
Got there faster than the PS4.
Crazy.
The handheld market.
And I think
capital over there.
I think it's going to continue like this, and that's just it is what it is. Because you already know Splatoon 2 is going to be hot in Japan. You already know
the resale market is at an all-time high in Japan on the Switch.
Have you seen those pictures with the lines and stuff like that?
They sell out like in 8 minutes or something. Like I'm always seeing news about that.
We got Black Bond in the chat. Shout out to Black Bond. He said, wait, Nintendo. Hey yo, 1 million sold in Japan is not that bad, Bond. You got to give it up. You got to give credit where it's due. It did it faster than the
First off, the Nintendo Switch selling 1 million. That's amazing, and that's good, and it's healthy.
Japan alone,
Japan alone. That's perfect. Me personally, 2 years from now, I want it to be the same. I want them to still be able to do those numbers, because my thing is, it's like, when something just comes out and you got good momentum, that's one thing. It's like getting an A on your exam. You know what I'm saying? But getting an A is one thing. Can you keep an A throughout the entire 4 years you in school or something
You know
like
what,
that.
hip hop? You know what,
And
hip
that's the
hop?
thing.
The only thing that's gonna determine the Switch's momentum is the games. Really, at this point, right now we already got the hardware. We see what it can do. Now they just gotta deliver the game. So if they can,
Values come in, that's gonna be big.
They have to continue. Like, I don't care what no one says. First year is definitely not so bad for Nintendo. For the first year, it's not. Yeah, we're getting a lot of ports. I do understand this. We're getting a lot of ports. We're also getting some new games mixed in. We're not getting much third-party support, but you must have seen this coming if you picked up the Switch. If you bought a Switch thinking you're going to be playing Anthem, Call of Duty, please
ports is what you're going to get. Let's be real.
So please slap yourself real quick. Get some baby powder in your hand. Slap yourself because you're retarded if you really thought the Switch was going to get all these games. Right now, Nintendo, their main focus is to really, really deliver on exclusives. They really need to go hard.
Exclusives matter.
If they have to branch out, and I know they're doing this, and let their IPs go to other third-party developers to create games for them, that's a good way to get more games to your platform. So we'll see how it goes. Nintendo definitely has to basically just keep the pace up with new games every month. And the eShop needs to be popping. Right now, the eShop is whack as shit. I need to see new games weekly, a lot. I need 10 new eShop. I don't care the quality. I need some games on the eShop. We need virtual console.
We need that virtual console is what it
needs.
We
need that ASAP. So honestly, because I prefer playing smaller titles and indies on the Switch. It just feels right. You know what I'm saying?
It's perfect for that.
It feels
like
right.
game I'd love on
I rather play it on the Switch than on my 4K TV on a PlayStation or on my PC because it's just more comfortable and the form factor is a good thing.
Boy, a Bayonetta port would be disgusting.
That would be awesome.
That's rumored, right? Isn't that rumored?
Yeah, that's
coming.
I mean, think about it though. When you have a system like the Wii U that didn't sell as many units as it did, right? It sold a very small amount compared to everything else. And then you have the Switch, which is selling very well. I expect a lot of Wii U ports to come over.
Look,
at Mario Kart, right?
The whole damn Wii U lineup is coming.
I want all of them because I didn't have
And
the whole Wii U lineup is going to end up on the Switch because they seen what their failure was.
Yeah, I'm cool with that because I didn't have a Wii U. So.
Cool with that. Look,
I didn't get the Wii U. I want the Switch, so I'll get all those titles.
You'll be set. You'll be set, Red.
I think
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, if you treat the Switch as a pure handheld console, then I think you're really going to enjoy it. If you try to compare it to say a home console, like a TV based thing, then it's not really going to appeal to you. But if you treat it as a handheld, it's going to really be exactly what.
Look, the Switch is a good.
I play my handheld games.
Yeah,
I think of it like this: it's a handheld. You could hook up to your TV. You could stream it. You know what I mean? To me, that's amazing. I love it.
It's incredible.
Look at it that way.
It's a great complementary system. If you're looking for the Switch to be your primary console, once again, also slap yourself again 2 times for that shit because you're not going to get all the amazing third-party games. But if you already have a PlayStation, if you already have a PC, you already have an Xbox, and you want a chill system, a laid-back system, and you enjoy Nintendo games, it's a no-brainer to cop the Switch, in my opinion. Right now, I won't recommend the Switch to. If you're not sure about it and you're not a diehard Nintendo fan, or not even a diehard, but you don't even really mess with Nintendo that much, it's just all right to you, I wouldn't really recommend it. I say wait, what's the rush? Wait until the games come out, the library, all the first party games are stacking up, then get one. You're probably gonna enjoy yourself. You could kick back. I like kicking back, watching Netflix and playing the Switch at the same time. I like shit like that. Not all the time that I want to be, kind of propped up in, playing a full game on my TV all the time like that. So it's definitely a cool complementary device. Definitely wait on it if you're not sure and just wait for more games.
Wait for Mario.
Yeah, wait for more games.
Yeah, Mario is really what is going to.
I think they're going to win holiday. If they have everything, production wise.
Yeah, they gotta keep up the games. At this point, when I look at the hardware, when I hold the Switch in my hand, the hardware, because I never dock it unless I'm trying to stream. When I hold it in my hand, it's super dope. My beginnings gaming was the Game Boy. That was the first thing that my pops actually copped for me. Was the Game Boy. So I have a real big background in handheld gaming. I've had every handheld since then. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, so if you look at the Switch that way, I'm pretty sure you'll have a good time with it. But if you really hate Nintendo games, then why buy one? Not for you.
If you're trying to compare it to a PS4, you're gonna have a bad time.
You're really not. You're doing it a disservice because it's not the same.
Yeah.
And it's not meant to be that. It's not.
It's not.
So it's
Yeah, I kind of,
So that's crazy.
I kind of like the fact that Nintendo does something different. Like, do you guys really want the Switch, or would you really like Nintendo to make a console just like the PlayStation 4? Or you guys feel like, yo, it's kind of, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's kind of, do we need 3 consoles that do basically the same shit?
In the industry to have, like, sometimes, like I say this a lot of times, and I said this to one of the developers, a Crackdown, I like to have a balance of realism and something that I know is not real. Like, I love my cartoony games. I love photos, and I think that the balance that Nintendo has is that it makes me go back to like the childhood days of just having fun, like not being competitive in anything, not like just having. That's what gaming is about, is having fun, and that's what Nintendo does and brings out of people again. And I think that's that nostalgia factor. So no, I wouldn't want them to do anything that PlayStation and Xbox is doing. They already have a market.
It would be
Nintendo has
really, it would be really nice to see Nintendo like back on top, right? As like a powerful console with like good online infrastructure, with great games, with everybody being together and like being like, yo, this is what I grew up with. This is now the best console again. It'd be great. But Nintendo is its own company, and I think what they're doing is something incredibly different, and I think they're doing it in a really weird fucking way. That's why I kind of like the Switch, because it's weird as shit.
With the lack of online community,
Look,
and yes, they can stay right where they at.
I definitely agree.
No, you're totally right. Oh my god, wait, did I just agree with Kid Smooth twice?
Kid Smooth, like what you just said is straight facts. Like, look, we're in 2017. There's certain features, even though you're going to be extremely different, right? There's certain features that I would expect. I want to be able to send a message from my console. I want to be able to chat from my console. You know, just like even that would have just made the Switch experience so much more better. So there's definitely no damage control in that. That's totally bullshit. Your solution to the chat app system on your cell phone is retarded. All of that should just be on the device itself. But, you know, I guess Nintendo got to learn. I don't know if it's going to be this iteration. Who knows? Maybe we could cross our fingers and one day, you know, Nintendo will actually learn and put like a fucking chat app on their system.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I lie.
I got a question for y'all, though.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I got a question for y'all, though. This year, because we all know how big Mario is, how powerful that brand is. But do you think that Mario may not be as big as Nintendo hope it to be this year? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying first.
All right, go for it.
This is not a knock at anything. This is a realistic question. The reason why I'm saying that is because this is a different age in terms of how kids are growing up playing games. The kids aren't growing up playing Mario like how we grew up playing Mario and Sonic and Lion King and all these other games. Like, they growing up with Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto and Battlefield and all these other games.
That's one perception. Who said the kids are copying this game though? Who said
it's mostly like
kids?
People
Listen,
yo, enough grown mans are copying enough, yo. Because the thing is, Nintendo fans have grown up, right? And they still rock with these types of games, yo. Like the Switch demographic, people like to say like is it's for children, but the Switch demographic is probably for mans that are 20 and up. That's crazy. 30 years old.
I guess the point being made is because like, regardless or not, Nintendo is the family console. That's what Famicom and everything was. I mean, that's their premise. This is why you don't have the chat abilities. This is why you don't have all this other stuff, because they want to keep everything PG-13, especially nowadays compared to the past, as far as the 90s and 80s when there was some leadway. But in this, they're not caught up to these times yet as far as how social gaming is, because they want to keep everything family oriented. I guess the point is, when it comes to the holiday season, because I'm sorry, during the holiday season, everybody goes and pick up a Nintendo for their kids before they are going to pick up a PlayStation or Xbox a lot of times, depending on the age. And that's when Nintendo gets a lot of their sales. So I guess this point is like, when it comes to Mario, will kids be more like amped for Mario? Because nowadays, kids is more hype for Call of Duty, and we're the ones that's hype for all like the Zeldas and Marios and things like that. But kids a lot of times help sales grow because of word of mouth. That's why Call of Duty is so successful, because you want to play that game that your friend is playing. So I guess that question is relied on that. Like, will kids actually be as hyped for Mario the way we are?
And just to finish off what I was like trying to say earlier, the reason why I said that is because, yeah, we'll buy it. You know, of course we're gonna buy it because it means more to us than it does to the kids that's growing up now. You know what I'm saying? Like how Red just said. But realistically, when you got Call of Duty and you got Destiny and you got Shadow War, you got the brand new Xbox coming. You got a lot of stuff. You got Far Cry. You got Assassin's Creed. There's a lot of other games that's going to be circling around holiday season, and all these games are very online friendly, and they want to like play online and do all these other things, and that right there means a lot. Then on top of that, you got NBA 2K and Madden. That's the whole hood right there. Like, you know, it's a whole lot of stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? So then, like, that's a whole lot of stuff right there. So my thing is, we know Mario is big, but if the industry, I just don't think it's gonna be as big as it could be because of how different the industry is and what Nintendo lacks in terms of that general social gaming stuff. You gotta think about it. You can't even make videos of Nintendo games without getting flagged.
Yeah, but
like, it's just a lot of things. Like
hip hop, we definitely won't be in contact when that Mario Odyssey drop, and you're gonna see.
I see what he's saying.
Really well.
It's a different generation.
I'm not saying it's not gonna sell.
Really well.
I'm just saying I don't think it's gonna be as big as we expect it to because of how we feel about
that's
it.
a word. Impactful.
Yeah, it's impactful. Now the thing is this: that Hip Hop Gamer, like, here's a good example. People have been saying this for a very long time about Nintendo, and Mario games have disproven that. Like, I think personally, over and over and over again. You know, with Super Mario 64. I mean, there are some games that are like kind of weird that are like one-off, like the Wii U Mario was not very good. The 3DS Mario wasn't very good. But when you're looking at a full-fledged title game, like those Mario games, every year people go like, oh, this Mario's not going to be as impactful, and then it turns around and it.
Yo, but they're doing something really special with this one. Like, it's more in the lines of Sunshine and 64. You know, so you know this is going to be big. There's only 2 other Mario games like this one, like 64 and Sunshine. So this is gonna be. We're gonna see. We'll all live to see it. Hopefully, God willing, we'll
find out
how it does.
Yeah, no, of course.
We'll find out.
But yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to. That's the only question that I kind of wanted to pose, just to see, you know, what y'all thought.
I mean, it's a cool discussion because like people think it's automatically going to be. I mean, I believe it's going to be well received. I just hope that, you know, it's selling. Like when I hear that it's sold out, you know, I'm like, wow. Just like I knew Crash Bandicoot was going to sell, but I didn't expect it to be sold out. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it'll be surprising.
Well,
I mean, they put a Mario hat on a dinosaur. I'm done. That's all I need.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The dinosaur's got a fucking
possessing everything.
And a Mario hat. I want to do all the drugs with Nintendo.
The imaginations they have over there is just crazy.
I just want to be like, what drugs were you doing when you came up with this idea? And let's do them right now, because like that's crazy to me.
But I see what hip hop is saying though, as far as like the generations, because the kids now, they're playing online, they're playing Call of Duty with their friends. They don't even have to be in the same room, and we grew up having to be in the same room, so it's just different generations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only question I was posing, just to get y'all feedback on it, because I think the only reason I say that is because I think that would be a very telling sign of a Nintendo that they have to get out of that 80s mindset or 90s mindset to some degree, because you don't want to have your biggest titles not perform.
You still gotta have the cool factor.
Yeah, you don't have your biggest titles not perform as good as they could because of lack of the things that you should have had.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And that's not my only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Did you guys hear about Lawbreakers? Why is the reason why it's not coming to the Switch?
Yeah, that was so.
There's not enough buttons.
Hear about it.
No,
did you see they tweeted though? They tweeted and corrected it.
They said there's not enough buttons on the Switch, which is completely false.
I mean, if they was talking about a single Joy-Con, yeah.
Wait, what? What did they say? What was the reason?
There's not enough buttons on this.
There's not enough buttons.
So what's the point of the
That's a
Wii?
lie,
What's the
though.
point of the Switch Pro controller then?
No, not
that don't
even
make
though.
any
But
sense.
not
I
even.
don't know.
The
That's
Joy-Cons has
funny,
enough buttons though. The Joy-Cons have enough buttons though. As
Right.
That's a
much
funny
buttons as the PS4.
excuse.
Didn't they do a tweet later on with like the Pro Controller? And
Yeah, I saw that. I was saying that.
They admit that they were wrong.
They said
Yeah,
our dad or something like that.
yeah, because from my knowledge, if I can count correctly, the Switch just has as much buttons as the Xbox One controller.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah,
Exactly the
it's
same,
exactly
yeah.
the same damn thing. Like, what the, man,
Yeah, that was a funny ass.
As I said,
That's
they
like-
probably
yo,
was talking
yo,
about a
yo,
single
check it.
Joy-Con.
yo, that's like that dude that said the reason why X-Men characters aren't in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because people forgot about them. I was like, word.
Yeah, that was
I forgot about Wolverine for real, son. Come on, man. Like,
They're like the most popular too, which is crazy.
Stupider by the
I
day.
can't stand when they get so.
Come out bad dumb. Oh, yeah,
That's stupid.
forget about him.
If you don't have
forgot
anything
about
to say, don't say it.
Yeah, like that's just bad. Like,
And in other news too, Nino Kuni 2 got delayed to 2018. Is anyone crying about this? Not me, to be honest.
I'm okay to be waiting.
I'm looking forward to
There's so
the
many
game.
games coming
Did
out.
anybody know of it?
Too much stuff coming out. Wolfenstein 2 is coming out soon. Come on,
Yeah,
man. It's just
the
too
month
much.
that was coming out, it's very packed anyway.
It's
So
a bad
I wasn't even gonna get this day one, to be honest. So I'm not even really tripping. I know some people are looking forward to the game.
That is a
The first
game I'm
one's
very
sick.
excited for.
Or the
Yeah.
first one's really good. So I'm gonna
First
check
one's
it out.
really
I'm gonna
good.
check it out next year when it's more calm. Cause
Yeah, I was shocked when I first heard the release date. I'm like, they want to put it there? Like, that's like in the middle of shooter season. Like, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
and I would love the first one to be on PC as well because that would be fucking killer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right
Also
after October too.
I think
which
it's a
is like,
slept-on
full
title,
of
to be
games.
honest.
yeah. Also GT Sport has a release date. It's coming out in October. Anyone looking
Oh my
forward to
god.
it?
I believe
Hell
it.
yeah.
I'm not buying it.
But like,
I can't wait for this one because I really want to see because like GT has been lacking on so many like.
I'm more
fronts.
excited for Forza Motorsport 7, to be honest.
Forza blows that shit out the water.
Forza's looking kind of crazy to me right now. I'm actually hyped for that. I know another Forza, right? But I'm actually really.
We keep saying that, but Forza been.
but yeah,
delivering.
but they deliver it because the games are actually like.
Kofi, you got a nice car now. You don't need to play it no more.
You know what? Now my whip is in the game, so I could push my whip in the
There
game.
you go.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
They
lit.
got the new Mustang in it. That's what I got. They better.
We got the Corolla. I'll play it.
And we're gonna end off on this topic because I found this topic pretty damn funny. Do you guys remember when the Detroit tweet or whatever? What's it called?
What happened?
Jamie knows I'm
When he's
talking
throwing
about.
shots.
Yeah,
You're throwing shots at
So the Detroit
Xbox.
become human?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said
On Twitter, right?
it says when you wake up and Detroit Become Human is exclusive to PS4 and you only have
yeah,
Xbox
yeah.
or some shit like that.
Yeah,
They deleted it.
Wait. When
They
you wake up
deleted it.
and David Cage actually makes a good game, is that what's gonna happen?
Whoa.
Hold up.
Heavy
Wait,
Heavy Rain was called classic, brother.
Wait, what? Who
What?
said what?
Yes, I said it.
Who said what?
I said David Cage can't make a video game.
Yo, you know what? You shouldn't have a podcast. You shouldn't. You hell out of here. You bugging. You bugging. Like, yo.
What?
You
got him
serious?
started.
Are you serious?
Which one? Which David Cage emotional masterpiece are you gonna throw at me now?
Son,
Which one did you play?
I
He
love
ain't played none of them.
Indigo Prophecy,
Indigo
Fahrenheit.
Prophecy was
That's-
crazy.
You
Fahrenheit is
didn't. You
crazy.
didn't.
Heavy
I
Rain
played,
crazy. Did you play these games? Did you play them?
I played what's that? Heavy Rain. I played Heavy Rain.
Yo, hip hop coming for good, bro.
What's
I
wrong
played
with
Heavy
it?
Rain.
What's wrong with Heavy Rain?
That game was
First of all,
actually not bad.
The most incredibly awkward sex scene I've ever seen in period in any game or movie.
You know what? Like,
Then,
for that,
first of all,
for that
then,
to be your
hold on. You said
first.
what's wrong. I'm gonna give you a list. I got a list. All right. I'm gonna take out the list.
Oh, okay,
I'm telling
okay. All right, so your first reason is stupid.
you. Second of
Keep
all,
going love.
second
Okay,
of all, we're
that's
gonna go
stupid.
into the.
Let him finish the list. I want to
I want to
hear
hear
this.
the list. Yeah,
15
go
minutes of Jason. First, that's another one. Quick time events out the ass in every scenario. Then you've got a whole bunch of content that was there that wasn't even very
Can
good.
I jump in real quick? If the game
Then-
is designed to be played like that, then can you knock it for that? Is this a
If it's bad, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't. Okay, so can I ask you
did
a
it way
question?
fucking better.
So when do you like Telltale games?
No, I don't.
I was gonna say that.
All right, so
Yeah, but the game is oh yeah.
Oh,
So you
well,
can
do you like hold up, because this is a genre and it's nothing
Yeah.
new. Do you
Yeah.
like any type of point and click games that was on PC?
No, I've never liked
Yeah,
those
so,
games
so
either.
that's kind of
Well,
your
that
preference.
answers
That's
the
what it is.
Yeah,
then.
so,
That
yeah,
answers
so
the
your
I never liked those
preference-
games
the
either.
games
I've always-
are-
No,
I always
the
thought
reason
they were
why
good.
is
the game
because
is bad. That's just not your style of game.
it's
Yeah,
because
it's
you
not your
don't
style,
like that genre.
It's not my
Yeah,
style.
This is why I ask
No,
certain.
the
This
game
is
Red, I love you, Red.
But
You know
hold
that,
on.
girl. Go ahead.
this is why I ask certain games with people to understand their logic, because. And I like to pick apart their logic, because if you don't like that genre as a whole, you can't say the game is trash.
Yep,
Because,
I
for
agree.
example, I don't like stealth games. I don't like them. I can't say that Metal Gear Solid was trash because I wasn't good at it and I don't like it. But I can't say that it was trash. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing. I
it's
can't
the
say it
same
was a
with
bad
me
game.
in
Yo, 'cause
Bloodborne.
Alex-
It's the same
Hold
with
on.
me in Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Those aren't my type of games, but I understand why people love them, so I respect
Exactly.
it. But
Alex,
it's not
Exactly.
me.
Alex.
There is
Yeah,
that
'cause-
point, but the difference is when you're looking at something from a point-and-click adventure game, like a lot of classics like King's Quest and stuff like that, and old CRPGs.
Yeah.
And looking at what David Cage does, they're two vastly different styles of games. First,
But he made his own genre of gaming.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you really call it a genre? It's more of like a
Yes.
movie.
No, yes, he did make his own genre
And
of
it's all
gaming.
genre. You
Hey,
crazy?
you know
Yes,
what?
he did.
It seems like Alex, you're just not a fan of the style of games, so you can't really knock it
Yeah.
if you're not a fan.
This
of
is
Alex,
actually
I'm not
it's
knocking you,
actually
but
in
you
its
can't
own
it.
say-
genre.
What
Let me
genre?
tell you what IGN
hold
do.
on.
Like,
Can we do
like,
one
hold
at a
on,
time?
let me say this.
So
Like-
what genre?
All right,
is
let
it?
me just say this. So no, let me say this. Like IGN to do that. Like IGN would tell someone like you to review Heavy Rain, knowing that's not your style of game. Period. Give that game like a 3 out of 10. People think you're right, and then when that game become a budget game and they just decide to pick it up, they be like, "Yo, this shit was hot. What was they talking about?" But by then it's too late. That's horrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? And in terms of like the genre of the game, to me, I look at it as like it's like a real-time like storytelling type of game. It's very emotional, and then on top of that, you have different like endings and different ways things could play out. And that alone, right there, to me, it's like an interactive it's like an interactive movie, but it still has its
Right.
own design of gameplay.
It is an
And then-
interactive movie. Now, is that a
Yeah,
genre that David Cage made? I don't think that's a genre he made.
Well, what I would say is this, because back in the day, you did have like on Sega CD, you know what I'm saying? You had like interactive movies, Dragon's Lair, and like things like that. But it wasn't to what we are experiencing now. And in terms of the way they capture emotion and stuff like that, there was no way possible you can get that back in the day. So I would say he redefined a genre that was in.
Oh,
he cut out.
Yeah.
Alex, mute you.
No, I didn't do anything to him. I promise. No, but like honestly though, when you're looking at something like what David Cage does, I personally, between me, I think he's a complete hack. I think what he's trying to do and what he wants to do is he wants to make movies, not video games.
Yo, did
And
you
we're looking at a game like
why you hate this man so much, bro?
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. The thing is, when you're looking at a game like Heavy Rain, you're looking at a game like Fahrenheit, when you look at stuff that he makes, he wants to make movies. That's fine. Let him go make movies. But the games that
I mean,
he
what
makes
is wrong with an
are just-
interactive
Yeah,
video
interactive
game?
video game ain't
I'm
bad.
sorry,
The choices,
Telltale
some of the
games.
choices.
Some of these interactive like video games
What
would
you're
not
looking
work
at
as movies.
is,
though.
what you're
They'd be
looking at is
horrible.
very minimal interaction, very small button presses, very simple
It's-
button presses.
But
almost
sometimes they
quick
offer
time
choices,
events.
right? They offer
It's
choices
more-
and give you.
Alex, it's
multiple
more of
So
like
then-
an
So
experience.
then you turn around
is
and then
what
you
it
say,
is.
"Oh, it's an interactive movie." Well, that's like, where is the line? What are you drawing at? And then to be excited about what he's going to come out, you know, it's just going to be the same thing again. Like, that's the thing. People are so excited about Detroit, and I'm preparing you for disappointment. Just like everybody was, excited.
You're going to
about
be
No Man's
preparing
Sky.
yourself for disappointment. I'm not. Like, so,
Like, if you like that,
you're not going to play the game anyway. So
if
it's
you
I
like,
am not going to play that game. No,
yeah,
I'll save
so
my money for
I
something
can't
else.
say something is for example, Crackdown. I played Crackdown, I got a whiff of it, and I'm still going to play it. And even, for example, no, let me say this, Sea of Thieves. I think Sea of Thieves is not going to be fun for me. I think
No, I don't
it looks trash, but I'm still going to give it a chance and play it out before I say it is completely garbage. So I'm going to still give it a chance and play it. Like certain stealth games, I still try to give it a chance and play, even though I don't like stealth games because it gets on my nerves. That's my fault. It's user fault. But as far as the art, video games is an art style with so many different genres, and to do something in an interactive point to even make it cinematic, I don't think nothing is wrong with that. Or to make you control the outcome of the different players that you control, I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's just a different art style that you just don't like.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong specifically with that. The biggest problem that I have with his game.
You said he's a hack.
He is a hack because what he tries to do is he tries to put story and quote unquote emotions in front of you that are honestly ham-fisted.
You just said there's nothing wrong with that. So how is it a hack?
No, I'm saying David Cage specifically. I'm not saying that kind of style of game.
What other games are doing that though?
What other games are doing that exactly? Like that's my point. Like what you can get emotion out of someone without having to try and do that in a video game. You don't have to have a.
So you didn't like Until Dawn, and you don't like the Telltale. Like what I'm saying is like
no, because the Telltale games controlled like shit, and the decisions were terrible, and they were always badly scripted. And every time you thought you could remember something,
oh god! So you didn't like the first Walking Dead. I'm done.
The first Walking Dead was really good. Was my favorite.
I was just coming off like as a real like hater for interactive games right now. That's all I'm hearing basically. But we gonna wrap it up. I think we hit a 2-hour mark, maybe a little bit over that. Let's go ahead and do the outros. Erica.
I don't know how to recover, man. The hate for the Telltale games right now.
I'm like, bro, and to say he's a PC gamer, you didn't like point and click? Did you even like text RPGs? Like, I'm trying to see where your PC gaming card is at.
The problem with point and click adventure games is that a lot of them are built with the developer specifically in mind and not the player. So what happens is you get very far
into old games in general.
Well, hold on. You get to a point in a point and click adventure, and then instead of trying to figure out like how things logically fit together, what you end up doing is just trying every item on an object to see if it'll progress you further in the game. And that's where point and click adventures stop. And they stop being fun and they stop being exciting, even though the story is good. Like a game like Dig would be really great, but then you're sitting there trying every item on everything that you've clicked through and you're trying to figure it out, and it just becomes a chore and aggravating more so than having and playing a game.
I agree with that.
That's my problem with point and click adventure games.
I mean, sometimes the strategy on what is going to work. I mean, if it's badly developed, is when you get aggravated when you keep trying to put it on that item and it's not working correctly. That's poor development. That's not on every point and click game.
Wouldn't Life is Strange count as that too? Is Life is Strange?
Life is Strange is amazing.
I'm playing that right now, and
that game is actually dope. I actually really like it.
Life is Strange is still one of those games where it's a hybrid, and it's pretty much a hybrid of everything.
Yeah.
And that game is amazing because of the emotion that is brought out for you to experience. Like, I just like different art forms, and I like.
No, I'm not knocking the fact that you like it. I just don't think.
No, I don't care if you knock the fact that
I just don't think David Cage specifically as a developer should be the one to say anything about any game. Period. Like that's just me, especially for the stuff he made.
Well, we gotta wrap it up.
All right.
So my outro. Yeah, it was a good podcast. We had a lot of people here. A lot of people talking, and we got a lot of good points out. It was good. You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Eric Cuts for the win. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
And we got Alex.
Feed me all the hate, everyone. It's always good to have. No, if you want to check out my channel, it's it's Alex with 2 X's. Apparently, I am Black Bond's understudy, White Bond, Black Bond's side.
Also wannabe Solid Rev.
Wannabe Solid, the Great Value Solid Rev. What else is going on? There you go. So yeah, check out my channel. It's it's Alex with 2 X's. I talk about video games, ADD and ADHD, and getting in shape. So come on by.
And we got Jack.
Good podcast. I'm sorry I didn't talk that much. I was watching Big Brother. I gotta forgive me. Don't check out my channel. I got trust issues right now. Thank y'all for watching, man.
This man, so you just dissed us for Big Brother, man. Like,
hey man, y'all screaming about
we gonna allow.
That was mad disrespectful, man. You disrespecting us?
I got love for y'all. I ain't know what was going on. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We're gonna allow Jack. We're gonna allow Jack going through some shit. So we're gonna allow him. Kid Smooth.
After, if you don't get over that, that's just another day. I want to hear that. It's another day.
We got Kid Smooth.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Thanks for having me. Best spot, you know what it is. Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. And check out Planet Xbox every Tuesdays. Thanks for having me, Kofi. Good talk. Good talk.
And we got Red. You ready there?
Yeah, I'm here. So I had pressed the button by mistake, but glad to be on. I'm glad I finally made it. And everything, and yeah, I still can't wait for Detroit Become Human. And a lot of games is coming out, especially Cuphead. But it's great chat with you all.
It's okay, Red. I love you anyways. Don't worry.
And it seems like J Main and Hip Hop Gamer disappeared. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the outro for J Main. Check out J Main's channel, J Main 518. Follow him on Twitter. That's the homie right there. That's the partner. And big shout out to Hip Hop Gamer for joining us.
Yes,
he was having little errors with his computer, the internet, or whatever. Big shout out that he came again. This is the second appearance, and hopefully we'll have him on again one day. And guys, if you're watching live, I really do appreciate it. Please hit the like button. Show a brother a little support out here. You feel me? And we out, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, same time. Later.